Hello there, Mignox here. And if you clicked on this video, they're interested in crocheting and making amigurumi, and especially in making this, a little fruit bat. Isn't he adorable? Today, I'm going to show you what you need and take you through the steps to make this. I would recommend, if you don't know, to learn to make a magic circle. If you're not familiar with that, go back and watch my video to learn. So, let me show you what you need for this project. Foremost, you're going to need yarn, red if you're making a strawberry bat, white yarn for the seeds and nose, and of course, a green for the leaves. I prefer a lighter color myself, but you can pick whatever colors you like. Then of course, you're going to need your hook. I've said this before, but I use a 3.5mm hook for most of my amigurumi. The reason is because I'm using a 4-weight yarn, so I use a 3.5 hook. I recommend using a hook that's 0.5mm smaller than your yarn weight. As well, you're going to need tapestry needles, a pair of scissors, something to poke down your stuffing. You can use a chopstick, you could use a pencil. I just don't recommend that you use a pen because you'll end up marking your crochet project. And of course, you're also going to need stuffing. But the other thing is eye pins. You can of course make eyes, but if you really plan on getting into making amigurumi, I really suggest investing in eye pins. And that's it. That's all you need. So let's get started. So we're going to begin, as we often do, with making a magic circle. If you don't know how to make one, stop the video. I'll post a card to my tutorial video to teach you to make one. Magic circles are essential for making amigurumi, and you're going to be making them a lot. They take some practice, but with patience, they're not too tough. I start by wrapping the yarn around my fingers 3 times. Go under these 2 strands, grab the third, come up, grab it again, I pull my tail out and uncross my strands and start my crocheting. You want to put 6 single crochets into your magic circle. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you want to close your circle. I'm going to give the tail a tug. So my tail is connected to this loop here. I'm just going to pull on this loop, close that other one, and pull that tail. And that's the end of round 1. Okay, now we have 6 single crochet. I have my marker in place. I just used a strip of yarn here. For round 2, you're going to increase in every stitch. We're going to go from 6 to 12 stitches total. So you're going to put 2 single crochet into every stitch. There's 1. Then we're going to put another into that same stitch. You're going to go into your next stitch and put 2 more. Third stitch, same thing. Fourth stitch, do it again. 2 single crochet. And the 5th stitch. And now 2 last single crochet into our 6th stitch. And that's the end of round 2. For round 3, we're going to increase from 12 to 18 stitches. We're going to do single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. And we're going to repeat that 6 times. First stitch, single crochet. Next stitch, increase. So 2 single crochet into that same stitch. Third stitch, single crochet. Then another increase. Fifth stitch, single crochet. In the sixth, increase. Always make sure you have a long strand of yarn to work with. Another single crochet and an increase. Single crochet and an increase. Last single crochet and our last increase. So now we should have 18 stitches. So now we're just going to get rid of this pesky tail. Sometimes the middle of your circle will start to gape open just a little bit. So I'm going to attach my needle and go back here and find the back loop. I push my needle through. Then I weave my needle through this loop and pull it closed. Now we can cut our tail short. There we go. Okay, we're going to continue our project. We have 18 stitches. This time, we're going to increase from 18 to 21. So we're only increasing half as much this round. That means, instead of increasing every 3 stitches, we're increasing every 6 stitches. 5 single crochet, increase. We'll do it together. First stitch, single crochet. Second single crochet. Third. Fourth. Fifth. And now we want to put an increase into our next stitch. And we're going to repeat that. Single crochet, single crochet again, 3, 4, and 5. Now increase again. So now we're going to do 5 more single crochet and our last increase. And you should have 21 stitches total. At this point, we're going to do 3 rounds of single crochet. But when you get to the end of your first round, leave your stitch marker where it is. So you're going to single crochet 21 stitches all around. I'll see you at the end of the first round. We've completed our first round of single crochet. You're going to leave this stitch marker where it is. This is the round we're inserting the eyes. When you do rounds 2 and 3, you're going to use a second stitch marker, okay? So do 2 more rounds of single crochet. Use a different colored stitch marker and leave this one where it is. I'll meet you when you're finished. Okay, we have 3 rounds of single crochet done. For our next round, we're going to do something very different. We're going to do 3 single crochet and then 3 decreases back to back. Now, I've done a video on how to do different types of decreases. When it comes to crocheting in rounds, I recommend the invisible decrease method. You're also going to want a third stitch marker. I'm going to show you another variation of an invisible decrease. First, do a single crochet in the first 3 stitches. And now we're going to do an invisible decrease. I recommend this method because it looks neater. This is a slight variation to what I've shown you in my how-to video. You go through your front loop, go through the second loop, yarn over, pull the yarn through both loops. Then you just yarn over and pull through again. Tighten. We're going to do it again. Watch closely. Go through that front loop, go through the next one, yarn over, pull through both stitches, make sure your loops are tight, yarn over, pull through both loops. Stop here a moment, pull out your hook, and place your stitch marker here. The reason for this is the row above it is our eyes. This stitch marker marks the middle between our eyes, but also the middle of our nose. So leave that there, don't move it until I say so. We're going to do one more invisible decrease. Go through the front loop, into that second front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through again, tighten. To finish this round, you're just going to put a single crochet into the last 12 stitches. Okay, for this round, we're increasing from 18 to 24. Remember to leave the stitch marker where it is. So we're going to do 2 single crochet, increase, 2 single crochet, increase, till the end. I'll do a couple with you. Going into that first stitch, make a single crochet. Go into that second, another single crochet. Next stitch is an increase. Put 2 single crochet into that third stitch. Fourth stitch, single crochet. Fifth stitch, same thing. Remember, don't remove this marker. It can be difficult to work around it. Go into that next stitch and do an increase. Seventh stitch, single crochet. Eighth, single crochet. And then another increase. Repeat that until the end of the round. At this point, we're going to insert our eyes. This marker is our middle. You're going to go up 1 and count over 2 stitches and insert your eye into that second stitch. For your second eye, you're going to do the same thing in the other direction. Go up, count 1 and 2. We don't need this marker anymore, so just remove it. And then snap your eye back into place. Now that we've got the eyes in, we can go back to crocheting. This time, we're increasing from 24 to 27. That means we're going to do 7 single crochet and then an increase. And you're going to do that 3 times. So go into that first stitch, 1, into the next, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and put an increase. Do it again. 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then an increase. So do that one more time, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. That's the last of our increases. This time, we're going to do 2 rounds of single crochet. So count 27 stitches in every round, and make sure to move your marker. I'll meet you at the end. Now we're going to start decreasing. We're going from 27 stitches back down to 24. So you're going to single crochet into the first 7 stitches, then an invisible decrease. 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're going to do a decrease, and just like before, we're doing an invisible decrease. You're going to go through that front loop into the second front loop, yarn over, you're going to pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops. You're going to do this 2 more times. 7 single crochet and then another decrease. Six and 7. So now we're going to do another invisible decrease. Go through those front loops, yarn over and come through, tighten. So you're going to do that one more time and you should have 24 stitches. We're now going to decrease from 24 to 21 stitches. But this time we're going to start with the decrease and then do our single crochet. Sometimes your project can start to look a little deformed if you compound decreases on top of each other. There is another way to do this, but we'll go over that another time. Let's begin with our decrease. Remember, it's an invisible decrease we're doing. And then we're going to do 6 single crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to repeat that twice more. So you're going to go in. Now this is one of the dangers of invisible decreases. You need to make sure that when you go in, you get the whole loop, okay? There, just like that. Then 6 single crochet. So to finish this round, you're going to do that process one more time. At this point, I've removed my marker and I'm going to start stuffing my project a little bit. And just kind of push it firmly down into the head. You don't want to stuff him too much, leave some room. If you start stuffing him too much and you realize you've made a mistake and need to undo stitches, your stuffing will get caught in your yarn. It can make it very difficult to undo those stitches. So just be very, very careful of that. Now we're going to decrease from 21 to 18. So we're going to do 5 single crochet and then a decrease. You're going to do that 3 times. The reason we're decreasing by 3 is because that's what gives you this triangle shape rather than a circular one. I know it looks kind of funny right now, but don't worry. So you're going to do 5 single crochet, then a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now decrease. So you're going to do the same thing we've been doing. Now repeat that process 2 more times and I'll meet you at the end. If you've been following the trend, we're going to decrease from 18 to 15. So again, we're going to start with a decrease, then do 4 single crochet. You're going to do that 3 times. And again, we're starting with our decrease this round. Then 4 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it can be tricky to get into those decreases we made last round. So again, decrease, and then 4 single crochet. And do that 1 more time. I've removed my hook and my marker. Make sure you leave a big loop so when you're stuffing you don't accidentally undo your stitches. You're going to want your stuffing stick now, and when you stuff you want to push it down into the head of your project. And you can massage your project a bit to shift it around and help it keep its shape. Make sure you're using your stick to get the stuffing into the corners of your project. As you can see here, I squished the head into shape just a little bit. Make sure you stuff your project a bit firmly. Get it down into the head because now we're almost done. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's finish up our last few rounds of the body. So you guessed it, we're going to decrease from 15 to 12. This time, we're going to do 3 single crochet and then a decrease. Let's go into that first stitch. Into the second. The third. And now decrease. Alright, single crochet into the next stitch. 2, 3, and decrease again. Make sure you pull the yarn through both stitches. Last one. 1, 2, 3. So I'm actually at the point where this is more of a hindrance than a help. We only have 2 more rounds left and it could be easier to just count our stitches from here. I'm going to stuff him a little bit more. Something important when it comes to stuffing, see where his body sort of slopes here? This is where you start putting more stuffing into. You can see I'm really pushing it in there. Here he still has a bit of a slope, so I'm going to grab some more. Beware of overstuffing, or you're going to start nosing it poking through your stitches. So I'm going to use my stick to move it around a bit and massage it with my fingers into shape. I think it looks pretty good. Let's finish them up. I'm not using my stitch marker anymore. I'm just going to count my stitches as we go along. This time we're decreasing from 12 to 8 stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. If you find it too difficult to do an invisible decrease, or to do it the way I've shown you, that's fine. Do it the way that brings you the least struggle. We're on the last 2 rounds. It really won't make a big difference. So as you can see, it's getting a little tough because those stitches are so close together. Third stitch is a single crochet, decrease. That's number 4. 5 is a single crochet. So again, this is getting really difficult. This is what I was just saying. I'm going to go in there and just do a standard decrease. Seven. And again, just a regular decrease. Now you're going to want to stuff them just a little bit more and we'll finish up the body. Okay, awesome. So now there's 2 ways that you can close this. You can decrease 4 times, going from 8 to 4 stitches, or if that's too difficult, decrease to 6 stitches. So a decrease, then 2 single crochet, and repeat that. I'll do a decrease of 6 with you. My pattern calls for a decrease of 4, but this can be really tricky on the last round. And just like before, we're going to do a regular decrease. Then 2 single crochet. Then a decrease. Like I said, this is where it gets tricky. If you don't have exactly 6 stitches, if it's 5, if it's 7, don't worry. We're going to finish and sew the bat's body closed. Stuff a tiny bit into the bottom there, and we're going to sew them up. We've reached the end. Pull out your hook, cut your yarn, take your loop and pull the yarn through. You don't need that. Thread your yarn into your needle. To close this, you skip your first stitch and go into the front loop of your next stitch. It can be a little confusing, but you can start pushing through adjacent loops like this. See, this spot is sticking up. I'm going to go through this one. Tug it through. You're going to have to use your judgment here. Look for the loops that are sticking up. We're going to shape the tip a little bit. This time, I'm going to push my hook down into my body. I think it looks pretty good. So now, we're going to make the nose and the seeds. You're going to need a long strand of white yarn. If you're not making a fruit bat and just a regular bat, you just want to follow along for making the nose.